Hello.
There's one. Okay.
Okay, I thought I was going to sneeze there. How was everybody's week?
You know, same old, same old. Oh God, what's she doing? Bring it. That's right. Dog was just chasing a fly around the house. I wonder how many plan to get on like right at the last second, or just aren't coming.
It feels like half the group's in the roll 20 according to what shows up there.
True, true.
But it's like it's weird. Somebody's talking. Patrons only. $19.
Not a bad start. Although that was only a 14 pre-modifiers.
Oh, that's
And
a
then-
2-hit. Okay.
So for damage, it would be 6. So
That's better.
that's what that number is.
Good evening or good morning, wherever you're at.
Hello.
Oh,
How's everybody doing?
Good.
You know,
Good. All right. Well, in the game, it looks like we have Wesley, Finn, Rookie, and Michael. And in Discord, it looks like we have Rookie, Vern. Is that Finn?
Yeah, Finn is Vernon.
Okay. Ryuku, is that
That's Abinadom. I'm here. James.
Abinadom? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Hello.
And now we have Michael. Okay. Shrek is Mike. Michael. Okay. So who? Okay. Is I'm just gonna cross check. Is Wesley in the Discord at this point in time? Okay. I think that's
currently idle.
Finn is in the Discord. Rookie's in the Discord. Abinadom, Ryuku, and Michael. Okay, all you guys are in the Discord. All right, so let me just. Okay. Join. If you can, we will be using that for voice.
One more.
Okay. Okay, that must be Wesley.
And he's unmuted.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, that's Wes Barnowl.
Barnowl, yeah.
Okay, are you Wesley in the Roll20, Barnowl?
No, I'm Barnowl in Roll20.
Okay, so you're not in Roll20 yet.
No, yeah, momentarily.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're still missing. Oh, that's fine. We will go ahead and we will get started. If Wesley can't, I just whispered him in Roll20 to ask him to go ahead and join the Discord. All right, everybody. Welcome. It is Thursday, the 9th of January, 2020. Hey, we all made it to perfect vision. And we are here and we are ready to start a brand new campaign. I believe everybody was here last week and rolled up a character. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I think one person had a question during the day today. I saw it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that was from Abinadom.
Yeah. All right. So you were asking about casting the Find Familiar. I believe.
I wasn't sure what supplies we're starting off with, because if I don't have the supplies, that one's pretty much useless until I get supplies.
Yeah. All right.
And I
This
was
is one of those.
I-
This is one of those weird spells. Now, normally there is. It's assumed that a wizard has either a focus or just a component pouch.
correct.
And the component pouch has all the mundane stuff that you need. And normally, if it says you need a bit of this, a bit of that, you just say, okay, that's part of my component pouch. Normally, if it says you need X amount of gold pieces of material, then you actually have to account for the X amount of gold pieces of material. Now, this one is kind of a weird one because it's, generic charcoal, generic incense, generic herbs that adds up to 10 gold pieces. So I think if you have, I'm just going to hand wave that 10 gold pieces thing and say, if you have a component pouch, then you've got what you need to cast the Find Familiar. So when we get around to asking what people are doing, then we can worry about what familiar you're looking for and how that works. But yes, I think the short answer to your question is yes. The long answer is, for your future reference, anytime it lists just materials but doesn't have a gold piece value, presume you have it. If it says you need like a 50 gold piece diamond, well, then you actually have to have a 50 gold piece diamond somewhere in your inventory.
Good. Yeah, that's kind of what I was tracking. I just figured if I did have a Find Familiar that died, I would probably need to reacquire the 10 gold pieces worth of equipment or components. But I just wanted to make sure I could at least start off with the initial. So, all right, good. Sounds good.
Yep. Okay. All right. So we said that last time, as you guys created your characters, that you were in the little town, which I've gone ahead this time and shown on the map. You're in the little town of Leilon over here, and a couple of you had looked into some rumors, and you all heard that the last time they saw this dragon that you all are looking for, the dragon was over in Phandalin, which is kind of the next town over. You got to go a little bit up this high road here, and then a little bit out on the Tribord Trail and down to Phandalin. And that's a well-traveled path. There's a lot of caravan traffic and other types of things. So, and it's a relatively short distance. You can make that trip. Now, does it tell us on this map what scale they're using? I think you can make that trip by horse. I'm going to say you can make it in a day. And if you do not have a horse of your own, you can glom on with a caravan, one of the regular caravans that's going to Phandalin, and you can get there easily in a day's travel. So before you all leave Leilon, was there anything in particular that you wanted to do? It sounds like somebody wants to summon a familiar. Anybody else wanted to do anything before you hit the road?
Well, if we're all met, then what he's going to do is he's going to go look for some sort of public information facilities and learn how to kill a dragon.
Okay.
So he's looking for probably a library. He's looking for if he can't find a library, it's an adventurers guild. He's gonna read up on this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
All
see.
right.
I imagine Hylan would be consulting with the monks and the priests and asking his superiors if they know if the collection of transcripts in the monastery or the church would have any such information too.
Okay. Okay, and so that was Finn, and then again, what? I'm sorry, the other character's name again.
Hylan.
Hyman. Okay.
Or Hylan.
Hylan. Okay. All right. For that as well. Okay, and then just. All right. And then, of course, we have our wizard who wants to find a familiar. So I am going to start first with Finn, and then I will go to our wizard, and then I'll jump over to Hylan.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just at the local thieves guild, just chilling out, seeing if there's any local jobs that need to be done in Fallon.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you, Finn, you head over to the Adventurers Guild, and you are looking for some information. You run into a gentleman who goes by the name of Helm Tallstag. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay, so Helm Tallstag at the Adventurers Guild in Leilon. And Finn and Helm will tell you, yes, what you need to kill a dragon is usually a very large weapon, a great deal of luck, and some really, really good intestinal fortitude. Because even small dragons and young dragons are extremely dangerous. And there's a couple of old grizzled veterans in there, and they will tell you stories that they have heard about dragons. And one of them will tell you this is a Kalashite gentleman who is part of a caravan. His name is Bardade Dumaine. And Bardade Dumaine will tell you about a dragon in the north that he has heard of called Clarth. Now, Clarth is an ancient red dragon, and this ancient red dragon has a penchant for mystical artifacts and a penchant for gnomish technology. And it is said that Clarth has long wanted to get his claws on an airship, but Bardide says he doesn't know what Clarth would do with an airship, because Clarth is himself larger than any airship that Bardide Dumaine claims to have seen. Now, the Kalashites, they're kind of down from the desert, so you never know whether you can trust what they say anyway. So this Bardide Dumaine may know something about airships, and he may not. He may just be completely full of it. But at least he tells you that dragons are extremely tough to kill. And then he will ask you, he says, well, what kind of dragon are you looking for?
That's interesting. What does Finn know about the type of dragon? We haven't really hit that point.
Well, you all know from either those of you who were at the festival when the dragon attacked, or those of you who talked to witnesses at the festival, you know that this was a white dragon.
Right.
And this dragon killed people with its icy breath.
Do I have
Nice.
an approximate body count? Because we're at a funeral.
I guess we should roll that. And that's, I mean, all that info is probably just common knowledge.
Yeah,
too.
the dragon attack in Leilon at the festival is common knowledge because there was a lot of people around to see it. And the actual dragon attack was responsible. Okay, where did I put that? I put it here. Okay, it was responsible for the death of 33 people. And it injured another 20 more. And among the dead were 15 women and children. So
that dragon.
Yeah, so they were people are very much disappointed with that, as you might imagine. It was not a good day in the town. People are hoping that this dragon will get its comeuppance at some point soon, very soon.
I imagine, like, would there be murmurings in kind of the group we're forming? Like, as we decided to go and do this, you know, would there be any kind of recognition that this party is leaving to go kill it?
That's kind of up to you all, whether you
Spread the word, right?
announce you announce that you have plans to go and kill this dragon, or whether you're just kind of thinking to yourselves.
I imagine like the people that have relatives, there would be a chance the relatives could have gossiped about it if they were told. Like I'm sure my superiors know that I'm going to be going off, and like there's sort of like we could either, it could be that we try to keep it under wraps and tell people not to talk about it, or if we haven't done that, there's a chance, you know, roll for gossip. Maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If nobody tells me that you were actively announcing that you were setting out to, that your group was setting out to kill the dragon, then I will presume that you kept that knowledge pretty much to yourselves. There's a lot of people that are asking about dragon sightings, and you know, a lot of those are people who clearly are scared that the dragon might come back, so they're asking, well, where's the dragon been seen? Where's the dragon been seen? And probably those of you who found out that it's been seen recently near Phandalin picked that information up from overhearing some of those conversations.
I kind of imagine maybe the people are planning drills for if it should come back or something, or what to do. But I guess it's probably quite a helpless feeling because it's not much you can do.
What whispers have I heard through the Thieves Guild?
The rumors that you've heard through the Thieves Guild. Go ahead and make me a. What kind of roll would I like this to be? Make me just an investigation check, because you're kind of nosing around and looking for information. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. So
19 plus 1.
Yes. You've heard actually 3 different rumors. A rumor that you've heard is you heard that somewhere not terribly far away is that, okay, somebody has information, or somebody has something on in the background. If you'll just mute your microphone, please, because there's a lot
rookie.
of stuff bleeding in.
Oh, what's happening?
There is a
lot,
sound in your background.
yeah, a lot of your background sound is bleeding in. So if you can just mute your microphone.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, I didn't know what was happening though.
Okay, yeah. All right. So the first thing you've heard is that there's a tribe of orcs that has been driven out of their lair by this dragon. And the rumors are unclear whether or not the dragon actually killed the orc chief or not. So that's one thing. The second rumor is related to those orcs, and it says that those orcs have allies in the Neverwinter Wood, and that they worship Talos, an evil god of storms. And then the third rumor that you hear is that the dragon has also driven a manticore out of its mountaintop nest, and that manticore has been encroaching on settlements and causing trouble for people. Killing livestock and terrorizing people as well. So those are the 3 rumors that you've heard related to the and when you hear specific place names, it kind of all triangulates around Phandalin. So it sort of it backs up the rumors that people have heard that the dragon's been spotted near Phandalin lately.
And we already know from the notes from last week that prior to the dragon attack, a large force of orcs had attacked the mines.
Yes.
But that could just be conjecture.
Yeah,
randomness.
Right.
So it's possible that those are the same orcs that got driven out of the of their lair, or that could be something completely unrelated.
It might be that they're just looking for a new home, taking over that mine. If you share that information with us.
Could I? So yeah, I come amongst the group. Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors. Rumors fly around like hotcakes. So they're saying that the dragon misplaced a bunch of orcs. They're saying that could have been a manticore the dragon replaced. It's a little crazy.
He's fading away.
Yeah, you're.
He is completely faded away.
He's fading
Yeah,
away.
Why
your
is this guy
microphone is-
disappearing? Dude, come back here and tell me the rumor. What?
Mr. DM, I don't feel so good.
I think he's gone.
1, 2.
Okay, we hear you.
I heard 2. I assume there was a 1 in there somewhere.
1.
He's very quiet.
Mike, you're extremely quiet.
He lost like all of his power all of a sudden.
Yeah. Are you like on a battery operated mic or something?
Negative.
Okay, yeah, your sound levels just went really haywire. They just went way down.
It is possible to turn an individual up.
Yeah,
All the
I
way up. I can barely hear him.
Don't do that. Give me a second. Let me check my.
okay. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, while Michael is figuring that out, Abinadom, you wanted to do a find familiar.
Yeah.
what
I
kind of familiar are you looking for?
So I reach into my my component pouch and I grab some charcoal and some incense and herbs, and I pull out my little brass brazier and heat it all up and whisper some words and move my arms around, and an owl all of a sudden appears in front of me. So now I've got a pet owl.
Okay. Now, per the spell,
Oh, I got an
per
owl.
the spell of, per the spell, you can either summon. Let me just make sure that I'm yes. It has the statistics of the chosen form, though it is either a celestial owl, a fey owl, or a fiendish owl. And that's your choice instead of a normal beast. So is your owl celestial, fey, or fiend?
I don't really know the difference between those three. So,
Okay. The Feywild, Fey is kind of elvish. It's kind of if you almost want to think of it, it's like the elemental plane of nature. It's like the origin of nature itself, or nature personified, is the Feywild. So a Fey owl would be kind of fancy, elvish, ultra natural. Celestial would be kind of a heavenly, celestial owl, a spirit from the upper planes, if you will, where the good, in quote, good souls go in the afterlife. And fiendish would be more from the abyss, or the hellish or lower planes, where, in quotes, the evil powers hold sway. So you can think of celestial as ultra good powers. It doesn't really give your owl any special abilities. It just has a cast to it that.
I just want it to look more like just a normal owl.
Okay, I would suggest then that's probably going to be a fey owl.
Sounds good.
And it looks normal, but it looks a little fancier than normal. So, what kind of owl are you thinking of? Are you thinking like a barn owl, or a screech owl, or a hoot owl? Does it have like the round face, or does it have like the little tufted ears, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm just a typical brown owl that hangs out in the woods. It kind of blends in with just, brown color. So,
okay, this is a brown owl, but I mean, it is brown. It is like the essence of brown. It is so brown that it's like really brown, man. Because it's fey, and
This is,
it's a
magic.
fancy brown.
I've got my brown owl. All right.
Yes, you forgot your brown owl.
How
Okay.
now, brown owl?
So, like, the mechanics of that is like if someone, I guess, is especially perceptive, they can tell that it's sort of arcane in nature. Or
Well,
like it's,
yes, and there's also certain classes and certain abilities, certain spells that will let you detect the presence of celestial or fiendish or fey creatures, and then his owl will ping as a fey creature, basically, as
okay.
opposed to a normal beast.
That's cool. Yeah, I've played with familiars a lot, but I've never done this, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, how are we doing with your microphone?
Do I sound better?
Marginally. You still sound very soft. But we can hear you. Yeah.
No, we can't.
Okay, some of us can hear you.
Well, I can see when his light goes off, and I can't quite hear him sometimes when the light goes off.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
So that's, and then we're talking about Shrek's mic here.
Okay. Yes, Shrek is Mike.
Okay, how do I increase his volume?
If you right-click on him, there's something called user volume, and you can push that to the right to make him louder relative to everyone else. I don't want to do that on my end until he feels like he's got everything. Because you turn him up and then he fixes something and bam, it blasts your eardrums out. So
yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah. So all right. So we'll just Mike, we'll keep going until we can hear you, and then we'll figure that you've got your
problem.
Okay. All right. That's a little better.
Right.
So whatever you've been doing, keep doing it some more, and we'll be able to hear you more.
I'm just tweaking my Discord settings.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
That's not your problem because you're way too low and it changed fast, but it can't help.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just bump you up a little bit on my end, and we will continue. Okay. So we have Finn went to the Adventurers Guild. Now Hylan or Abinadom got his Fey Owl familiar. At some point, Abinadom, not right now, but at some point you can tell us what you decide to name your owl. All right, Hylan, you were going to be talking to some folks in the monastery or the church to try to find out what they they had heard. Were you looking at information on how to kill a dragon?
Maybe more on how to track one, or how to, I guess, well, any information, I suppose. Being part of an army, the first step would be to try to find some of the signs of dragon lairs and where we might search for them, and how to find the lair would be kind of the first question.
Okay.
Try to explore.
Okay. Will you meet a Shandathan priest? And her name is Carrie Buckman. And I'm going to make sure I'm in the general channel this time. Whoops. Okay. So, Carrie Buckman. Shandathan priest. Okay. Carrie, or Sister Buckman, will tell you that the good part about tracking a dragon, especially a white dragon, is that they are both greedy and usually they have a reputation for not being very bright. And so that means that their greed is going to lead them to continue attacking settlements and trying to build up a horde, and it's not going to be very stealthy about it. So you won't have to wait, or you shouldn't have to wait long to hear more about where it is plundering and what it's taking. And as you figure out where these attacks are happening, you can kind of triangulate and figure out, okay, it's within this region and within that area. And now between the rumors other people have heard, what was found out at the Adventurers Guild, and what you're learning, everything that's happening seems like Phandalin is close to the epicenter, if not the epicenter of where
Okay.
this is happening. Now, it's unlikely that it's going to set up shop in a town.
Yeah.
Because Phandalin probably has enough people that if they all banded together, they could kill it. But Phandalin is also on a trade route, and so that means there's a lot of caravans going through there or in and out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also been Phandalin's also the site of an old mine works that has been defunct for several hundred years, and every like 20 years or so there's rumors of somebody trying to find the old mine works and reopen it. So if anybody ever did that, okay, well then now Phandalin would be on the cusp of becoming a much more important place.
Okay. And I guess I would say, yeah, the stories telling, they like caves. They like, inside mountains. Is that true for the ice too?
Yeah. Dragons like to find defensible areas. So certain dragons would favor a cave, say, in a volcano, the reds. A dragon like a white would probably look for a winter or perpetually snowy peak of
So
some sort.
It wouldn't be in a temperate region, cave or anything like that. Ice to ice, as they say.
Yeah, and there's some mountains, a mountain range that begins and runs kind of off from Phandalin, and it's kind of in those mountains where the old mining works are and everything like that. So, you wouldn't be surprised to see some of those peaks that are really high and often cloudy and capped by snow pretty much all year round. You wouldn't be surprised to find a white dragon finding a place up there, but they usually like a place where it's a defensible, limited number of ways in and out, place where they can store the treasure that they begin to accumulate, and a place that gives them what feels like a commanding view of the surrounding countryside, which dragons in their arrogance, all dragons think they are the lords of any domain that they can see, basically.
Okay. Now, is Phandalin bigger than? Well, it's smaller than Leilon.
Phandalin right now is probably a little smaller than Leilon, simply because Leilon is right on the long road, and so all the caravans going from Neverwinter to Waterdeep will go right through that town.
Okay. So in terms of equipping ourselves, we should do it in Leilon. Like I go back and say, well, just as common sense, we'll be in the snow, folks, and we need to get some climbing gear. It seems like. So that. Do we have the resources for that, or are we going to have to?
Well, the good thing is that there's enough commerce. There's a fairly famous fairly famous outfitter in Phandalin called the Lion Shield Coster. And the Lion Shield Coster, creates a lot of goods that are distributed as far away as both Neverwinter and Waterdeep. So there's a lot of times that caravans will be going to Phandalin to pick up gear and then bring it back out. And those caravans are always looking for extra guards. So you could get some gold, at least a few gold for a day's wages of guarding a caravan that's heading over to Phandalin.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to me. Okay.
Yeah, so all right.
Yeah, Hylan would be satisfied with that. Thank you, sister.
Go ahead.
Head back and share that with
Okay.
everyone.
All right.
Yeah, I want to seems we need a way to get there. Why don't we all get paid as we do it? And I talk about guarding the caravans on the way. I imagine none of us are extremely wealthy. I've been kind of living off of the generosity of the monastery. Somewhat. And so who's into signing up as a guard for a caravan? Seems like we'll be needing supplies.
Do we?
Yeah. I mean, if there are any caravans looking for some protection, I'd be willing to offer up my services with you all.
Yeah, have we at this point, or we're past the point of all having agreed that we're doing this mission? Yeah, we've talked, we've commiserated, we've probably gotten drunk a couple times. We've kind of formed the starting of a party. Is that kind of the time frame we're at, or is that kind
of? I think that was discussed last week. Yes, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
The question I had is, what exactly had we decided? Were we all firm on we're going to go kill this dragon right now? Are we going to go investigate to find out more why it attacked when it did? Because I don't know if any of us are strong enough really to kill this guy right off the bat, right?
Okay.
No.
Everybody hang out just a second. Mike, I can kind of hear you in the background, but you're still extremely. Wait a minute. Do that again.
Test.
Okay, that's better.
Yes.
Not
everybody
good.
here? Not
but
good,
better.
but better. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I've never had a problem out of my headset before. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, to recap, everybody is interested in earning a little gold by guarding a caravan and heading out to Phandalin to at least start tracking this dragon and figuring out how ultimately maybe you can deal with it. Correct?
Yeah, and I guess with the information we've read, Phandalin's the epicenter. Leilon might be kind of the furthest it's gone, we might suspect.
Yeah, it seems to be the furthest, both the furthest south and the furthest west. From the maps of the region that you have, you probably figure that areas that a dragon like that would like to have its lair would be like somewhere in these mountains over here, or maybe in these mountains over here. So that it would be a little bit away from the further away from Leilon. Going to Phandalin would be the closest town. And there's, of course, people that are a little bit concerned because the Tribor Trail, this caravan road out here, is between the main long road, and then a little bit to the east is a town called Coneyberry, which is fairly well known, sitting out here kind of at this little intersection.
So trade routes clearly being threatened.
Yeah. So and of course that trade route would be a prime area for the dragon as it gets older and larger to start plundering the caravans.
And it's not so bright.
Right, it's not so bright.
So we on the road with the caravan?
Yes. Go ahead.
Can I see what we're guarding? Better way to put it. Can I just want to see what we're guarding as the caravan is moving along.
Okay. Well, was actually going to get to you all being hired for your caravan duty. There's a caravan that has some Damaran traders, and those it's got like 4 wagons, and 3 of them are currently empty. One of them is carrying mining supplies, and they are going to Phandalin to pick up some goods. Now, they say they are empty, but you have noticed a couple of chests in each of the 3 wagons, and they're the size of chests that probably indicate they might hold coins. So that might be the money that the traders are thinking of using to buy goods in Phandalin to then take on to. They tell you that after they go by Phandalin, they're gonna come back and go north on to Neverwinter, and the 2 leaders of that caravan are a gentleman by the name of Mival Starag, and he actually defers to a woman who is in charge of the wagon carrying supplies to Phandalin, and her name is Mara Shemov. So Mival and Mara are the 2 2 Damaran caravanners. So they will basically be the ones that are hiring you, and they will tell you that. Go ahead.
The Damaran, that's like a species of human or an area or.
Yeah, it's
like an area or like a.
Yeah.
From Europe or Asia or something.
Yeah, kind of like that. So if we go to this, the Damarans. Okay, so the Damarans are mainly in the northwest of Faerun. They're moderate height and build with skin hues ranging from tawny to fair. Hair is usually brown or black, and their eye color varies widely, though brown is the most common. So they are probably the prototypical Damarans are the prototypical people you would find native to the Sword Coast region and perhaps a little inland from the Sword Coast. There are different groups that you would find maybe slightly to the north of that and further to the south. And then obviously other people from other humans from Faerun that would be much farther to the east in the continent.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's the Damaran folk for you.
So what's the going rate of travel to protect a caravan?
They will offer each of you, because people are kind of nervous with all the news of the dragon, they will offer each of you 10 gold for the day. And those of you who kind of have been in and around, you know that for long caravans, like the ones that go all the way up and down the Sword Coast, usually those people pay like maybe 5 gold a day. But you have noticed that the rates have steadily gone up in the time since the dragon attack. And every time there's some sort of a disaster or threat to the area, especially locally, it drives up prices. So the fact that they'd be willing to pay twice the normal rate, you think is not, that's probably expected.
Can I do a perception check just in case?
Sure you can. Abinadom. Yeah, you think that 10 gold a day is probably about what they would expect they could get decent guards for.
Well, perception more of the purpose of their caravan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they seem like they're going to load up on goods, probably from the Lion Shield Coster, and head up to Neverwinter. That's what they tell you, and you don't get any. Actually, if you want to try to read them, that would be more of an insight check than a perception check.
I'll slide on them.
Yeah. So they tell you, yeah, you don't see any reason, Dorzaphir, that they're, you don't sense any deception
They
on
seem
their
like
part.
normal folk.
They seem like they're on the level.
Can I just what would it be if I just really want to check? Well, you already told me to check their coffers. Can I try to pilfer something from their coffer?
Okay.
I mean, have a +5 to sleight of hand. I mean, it could go bad. It could go really good.
Yeah. So, first of all, is everybody on board with going with these people to?
Oh yes.
To
Yes.
Phandalin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
Yeah.
And
I think he's gonna have to beat our passive perceptions.
I presume that Dorzaphir is going to wait until they're on the road to do this and not try to do it in town.
No,
Is that correct?
No, yes, no. We have to be on the road when everybody's not paying attention.
Okay. All right. So
and to back up, how long is the journey from here to Phandalin? How many hours?
it's about well, let's see. 4, 6, 8, 10. It's about 10 hours of actual travel. When you work in the stop for lunch and the stops to water the horses and rest the horses that are pulling the wagons, it's probably going to take about 12 hours. And they will tell you that they will leave at sun up on the next day. And you expect that with this time of year, that probably means that maybe an hour before sundown, you should be getting to Phandalin, if all goes according to plan.
And what time is it right now?
They're telling you all this the night before, so
Okay.
yeah. So, if that sounds good to everybody, go through the night, get up in the next morning, and we'll start the journey to Phandalin.
And I'm going to cast a mage armor.
Okay. Right when you leave, or are you going to wait until you...
Right before we leave with the caravan.
Okay. All right. So now Dorzaphir, or Dorzaphir, I believe you were the one that wanted to try to do the sleight of hand. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then what I'm going to do is on the map, I'm going to kind of show you where we go, and you kind of let me know where you all want to be, or where you think you want to be when you try this. All right. So we get out and we go. After the first hour, you get to about here. After the second hour, you're about here. After the third hour, you're about here, and they will stop to rest the horses for about 15 minutes. And then they will continue on after that. And after about the fourth hour, you get to where the Tribord Trail and the high road, as it's called in this stretch of the Sword Coast meet. And they begin to turn to the east to head towards Phandalin.
And I'm gonna tell Bandit, my owl, I'm gonna have him flying up high, just keeping an eye on things, and I'm gonna just be sitting in the back, looking through my owl's eyes as we're journeying. He'll be out in front of us, kind of looking down, just keeping an eye on anything in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be riding in one of the carts. I'm just gonna jump into one of the empty carts and just hang out there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's about 4 hours. Like I said, 4 hours. You're here. They start to turn, and as you turn off onto this road, Abinadom, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check for your owl, and your owl gets advantage on perception checks that have to do with sight or hearing. So since it's daytime and he would be looking, you can roll that perception check with advantage, and your owl gets perception at +3.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that on roll 20.
Just do if you haven't set it up for advantage, just do D20 +3 and roll it twice and take the higher number.
But that's perception on an owl.
Yeah, so I don't know how to do it with the owl perception. I'm not sure how to read it on.
I think it's perception's plus.
Okay.
It's +3.
+3.
But what's the starting?
It's a D20 +3.
Okay. Oh, so 18.
So
and I get advantage. I get advantage. So I get one
roll
more.
again. Yep.
All right,
So
so
18 is the higher. Okay. So at the point that you turn off, basically what your owl sees is a large caravan, to the north on the high road that is headed south toward Leilon, and sees pretty quiet countryside ahead of you on the Tribor Trail at this moment. Okay.
okay.
So,
When it gets towards dusk, like when we just right before we get into town.
okay. All right.
So Mark, sorry. So Mark for me on the map. Where are we, and where did I see the caravan?
You are about right here, just as you turn off of the high road onto.
Okay.
So he probably saw that large caravan moving south. It was probably right around here, coming
Okay.
south. Okay, and you all were heading east over here, just turning off and heading that way. So that's okay. So now you get to about the 5th hour here.
Sorry, guys. Barnowl here. I'm gonna have to step away for about 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. And so you can go ahead and make me another perception check for your owl. And you get advantage, so go ahead and make that again.
Wait a sec. Did I get one? Did I get
you got double ones. Okay.
What? I don't like roll 20. Holy
wow. Okay. Okay. My
The
goodness.
owl hits his head on something.
Yeah, he just got hit by a drone. He didn't see that drone flying around.
Actually, your owl sees a really tasty mouse and is just fascinated by that mouse and is looking at that. And well,
Tim, when I see this, would I notice what's going on?
no, because not unless he tells you what he's been doing. You would just see him riding in the wagon. You wouldn't know that he's looking through the eyes of his owl. But anybody who wants to and who would be keeping a lookout could give a perception check. Of course, you all have your passive perceptions as well. Okay. So let me see here. So anybody who wants to can go ahead and do that at this time. See what their normal perception would be. Okay, so.
And I'm gonna disassociate myself from the owl at this point, since he's going off getting a mouse or whatever. I'm gonna come back into the wagon and be real time with the rest of my group.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So you guys are heading down the road here. And Hylan, you notice a little bit of movement and it's some movement off to the side of the road. And what you notice is you notice what looks like a figure ducking into some scrub on the side of the road.
All right. As soon as I do, I'll just raise attention, nudging the people on my cart, identifying the location of the figure I saw, and call a halt, I guess, to the. Or let's see. Once I raise suspicion, can we take a deeper check, or was the figure running away?
No, the figure looked like it was actually hiding or trying to hide behind some scrub off to the side of the road.
All right. Too easy. Stop the cart, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's go up ahead first, just to get a bit of distance, and then maybe swing around behind him.
What, is he ahead of us or behind us?
We would have passed him, right?
Nope.
The figure's ahead of us.
He looks like he's ahead of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stop the cart, bro.
Yeah, let's start. Yeah, well, if that's the case, then yeah, absolutely stop the cart.
Bro.
So right now is the point I actually have to do something for just a couple of minutes. So someone else kind of take over the perception.
Okay.
In all this confusion, that's when I'm going to make my.
All right. So now let me get. Okay. I'm not going to represent our. Not going to represent our cart here, but I'm just going to put you guys on the map here to represent kind of where you would be. Now, not all of you have tokens yet for your okay, so I have Finn, Dorzaphir, Hylan, Gorrim, Abinadom, and Gabriel. Is that right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think everybody's here. Those are everybody's characters, the
Okay.
names that you guys have.
I'm back.
Okay. All right. So, let me go ahead and I'm going to move us to this map. Okay. And if you all can see, what I have for us is I have a representation of you guys here. And then what you see ahead of you and off to the right of the side of the road that's trying to duck behind a shrub, but you can sort of see its foot poking out. You see what looks like a goblin over here.
Goblin.
Yes. And so you know that goblins
like
are small humanoids, and you rarely ever see one goblin where there's one. There's usually more. So,
I speak Goblin. Do you want me to call out to him, guys, or do you want to try to sneak in?
Well, yeah, we can always try talking. They always wind up attacking.
You don't talk to goblins, bro, but you can put them to sleep. No, I can put them.
By all means, let's greet them before we kill them.
How about not and say we do, and just give me a second. Bloody hell.
Okay. Your wagon, you have told your drivers, and the wagons all stop.
Yeah. So I'll jump over board.
Yeah. Now, the next question I have, okay, is can everybody try moving their token now?
Oh, shoot, I didn't get an image.
Yeah. All right.
Is there like a token sheet that's quick to access, or should I just do a search?
We can do a search.
Okay, I'll work on that. I've got a token maker too, so I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get back to the road at the moment, and I just wanted to make sure you could move your token. Is anybody not able to move their token on the map? Okay. Looks like everybody was successful. Okay. All right. Then what you all see as you stop? Who's going? Somebody gonna talk first? Is that what I heard?
I rolled the sleight of hand for when all the confusion happened when they first started getting. They were saying stop the cots, and I was like, okay, that was my opportunity to pilfer their coffee.
Okay. Well, yeah, 24. That's pretty good. You're able to see that they have there's two chests. They both have locks on them. One lock is locked up tight. The other one looked like it was locked, but actually it wasn't secured all the way. So you could quickly pull that one down, throw the lid back, and you saw that one was filled with a large number of silver pieces, almost all the way to the top with silver. And digging your hand down there, you saw a few gold mixed in, but it's mostly silver. So you want to grab a handful, or you want to?
I'm not too greedy. I just want, just a little bit. I don't need it all.
Okay. Okay. So I am going to say, whoops. I'm going to say that you grab a couple of handfuls, shove it in a sack, and close the lid and slam the lock back. And you see that you have grabbed yourself 30 silver and 7 gold.
Nice.
So, yeah, nice little haul. Okay, so while you're doing that, who is? Did somebody say they speak Goblin?
I'm gonna yell out in Goblin. Hey, I see you. You there, hiding behind the bushes. Come out.
And then this goblin will step out, and sure enough, when he steps out, you see that over here on this side of the road, he's not alone. And then on the other side of the road, 3 other goblins materialize. And they also step out of cover, and they all have bows, and they say, "Give us your gold, or we take your lives." Sounds like they probably heard that somewhere, and they're not very.
And Gorrim says, "I got some gold for you right here," as he pulls out his battle axe.
Yeah, you will not get any of this gold. I respond back. You will not get any of this gold. You will die today.
Yeah, I'll say, look, you will give us your lives and we keep our gold.
Okay.
Say that to him. Tell him that.
Oh, I knew this.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back.
Okay. Well, then, I guess it is
Filthy goblin.
time for us to have initiative.
Yeah, at this point, I don't have a ranged weapon.
Okay.
I don't think I. Let's see. I loaded the D&D. Oh, I know why. I was using a different machine before. The automatic roller wasn't working.
Okay.
Select
But I'll-
and
See.
Damn.
So now,
There you go.
in 5th edition, I think James was the one who said he hadn't played before, but in 5th edition, you just add your dex bonus to a d20 roll for your initiative. So I'm gonna roll for these guys here. There's 5 of them, so
Good man.
I like
Okay.
5 initiative rolls.
Good thing I've got +3. Holy cow! I rolled a 7.
The first time I'm doing a -1 dex character.
Ouch.
Okay, so
Ugh.
we're going to do 13.
Don't move quickly, but I pack a punch.
Hey, while you're working on that, is there an easy way to change the token so I can like put something there to differentiate from the other, or is it pretty in depth?
It's pretty easy. If you have an image that you want to use as your token, you can drop it into Discord, into the main Discord channel,
Mhm.
and I can add it to your character sheet.
Okay.
it's even easier. You can turn them upside down.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. Gabriel, what's your actual initiative score?
I believe it's 4. Why?
Not your initiative bonus, but your actual score.
Yeah, that would be 4. I roll a 1.
No. Your initiative score, not. I'm sorry. I asked you for your
Modifier?
initiative. Your actual dexterity score. My apologies. You
3.
answered my question. Your actual dexterity score, not your dexterity modifier.
17.
Okay. All right, there we go. Dorzaphir, what's your actual dexterity score, please?
16.
Okay. And Gorrim, what's your dexterity score? Finn, what's your dexterity score?
Actual dexterity score is 14.
Okay. And Hylan, what's your dexterity score?
It's 8.
8.
Very dexterous.
I fucked my knee
Okay.
up in the wall.
Okay. Gorrim, what's your actual dexterity score if you're there? Let me double check and see on his character sheet what I have for him. Looks like
Yeah, it's
he's
13.
got 13. Okay, all right.
Can I role play that I've actually lost the lower part of my right leg and I've got like a peg on it, like an artificial.
Sure.
That's
you
why
can.
my dexterity
that's
score is an
why-
8. So
Yeah, you can do that if you wish.
okay.
Okay. Well,
Lost your leg in the war, eh?
Fuck! Don't want to talk about it. Yeah,
Okay.
sometime get me drunk enough, I'll talk about it.
Okay, so Finn, you are actually going to be up first. It's tied, but the turn order has put you at the top. So you can see 5 goblins out ahead of you, out ahead of the wagons. What would you like to do? Finn,
This baby.
what would you like to do? You're up first.
Doing it. I'm going to
Okay,
show you
well-
where.
Okay, well, please tell me what you're doing before you do something.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm casting sleep, yeah?
Okay, and where are you going to cast it?
That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
I believe that the space was right here.
Okay, and sleep. Let's take a look at the sleep. It covers an area and it's a number of hit points. So,
No, sorry.
Yeah, it's
creatures within 20 feet of a point that you choose are affected in ascending order of their hit points, and you can roll 5d8. So go ahead and roll your 5d8, and then
Or just click on the
23.
spell name and it'll
Yeah,
roll
I
it
think
for you.
he. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
it's
did.
already been done. So
That's why I
oh,
pushed the
okay,
button, yeah.
23.
5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 1.
Okay, yeah. So if you center it here,
Mm-mm.
you will catch all of these.
Here.
If you center it here, okay. If you center it here, you'll catch these 2. You will not catch this one because that's 25 feet. And okay, you'll catch that one. And you'll catch that one. So
That'll work.
you could get 4 out of the 5 of them.
Right there.
Do it there. Okay. All
I
right.
added over to the left, but that's the same effect.
Okay. So these goblins all have the same number of hit points. So what you see is you see one goblin falls down and goes to sleep. A second goblin falls down and goes to sleep. And a third goblin falls down and goes to sleep. And now it looks like there's 2 goblins left. Okay. That are not affected by the sleep spell.
No, what happened? That's not fair.
Yeah. So now
Hey, I left you some, boys. Go get
Yeah.
the rest.
the next thing that happens is this goblin, he sees his buddy fall asleep. He pulls out a short bow. And well, he has a short bow out, and he's okay. Both of you guys are about the same distance, so he's just going to go for the guy that's closest to him, which is marginally, which is you. Now let me just okay, Dorzaphir. All right, so I'm going to do this. Gonna actually put your name there so that everybody knows who you are. And he's going to shoot a short bow at you. And he hits a mighty AC 7, and I'm guessing that's going to miss.
Misses. He
Okay.
wants it.
Then he runs up 10 feet and he shakes his buddy and wakes him up.
Such a great
And that's
job with
basically
the spell there, buddy.
that's basically all he can do. Gorrim, you are up. What would you like to do?
Damn finger wiggler's always taking the fun out of fighting.
Self high five.
Where's the nearest awake goblin?
You have these two and then this one. So yeah, probably this one right here would be your nearest one.
I don't think he even carries projectile weapon. No, he's got a hand axe. He can throw it.
Yeah.
Change that over to. Will it be strength? Yeah, strength still. Strength will apply
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
hurled weapon,
It's
right?
it's still strength for a hurled weapon. Yes. Okay. Well. All right.
Pitiful.
You hit an armor class 8, and these guys do have an armor class a little bit better than 8. All right. So
I would hope
then
so.
this guy is asleep, so he doesn't get a turn. Hylan, you're up next.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. What's the oh fuck, I can't reach him. I didn't code it, so I don't. Did I do a got a warhammer? Can I throw the warhammer? No, I don't want to do that. Oh, I'm a cleric. I'll do sacred flame.
Yeah.
I just love using my weapon. But I've learned a few things at this church. Okay, I'll just try them out. First time using the sacred weapon. Or sacred flame, that's what they called it. Almost failed that exam. Okay. So
More the damn finger.
Yeah, I think I go like this. Boom. Sacred.
Okay. So he has to make a DC and just ping which one you're targeting because it's one target.
It would be the so that's okay. Yeah, I guess both of them are. Let's see. It would be
both
probably,
of them are awake. Yeah, both of them
probably
are awake
this one.
now. Okay, so this guy here, so he has to make a DC 12 Dex save. So he is going to attempt a Dex save. Oh, yep, he dances out of the way and
fucking slippery bastard.
Okay, well,
and I'll run my full movement headlong into them. There we go.
Okay, all right. So this goblin.
So where's Abinadom? I had a 10.
Yeah, he's supposed to be 10, so he's not on the actual sheet. Did you have your token selected when you rolled initiative?
No. I didn't know I was.
Okay, then let me just double check. Okay, that's good. Okay. And this is.
So I was supposed to select my guy before I rolled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll add you to the initiative.
No, I'm just saying for future.
Yeah, for future reference.
Okay.
All right. And you're the other guy that doesn't have a token yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Barnowl, if you were to go to your character sheet, go to edit, the top right corner, and just kind of drag that PDF into the avatar slot. That will change your token.
So okay, so sorry, say that again. In the journal or the
in your character
settings?
sheet?
Yeah. On my I'll open my character sheet.
Top right corner, there'll be edit.
Yeah.
Click on that, and you'll have your
I
avatar.
see.
So you just drop it straight in there.
That's right. No. There we go, and then I can drag it onto I'll let. I just drag it on. Just save changes, and then I can just go like this. There we go.
Okay. And who is that? Is that Hylan?
That's Hylan. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is, okay, I am putting the name And I just use first names basically because if you put first and last name, it makes things really it kind of gets the battlefield all cluttered up. So, all right. So let me add a turn for Abinadom. I'm going to put Abinadom at 10. What is your dex score, Abinadom?
My dex score is 17.
Okay. So, all right. All right, let's just go ahead and say it's your turn now. So go ahead and take your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, and before I do that, I have another question.
Sure.
So I cast Mage Armor earlier, but I don't know if that changed my armor class.
Yes, it does. So as a wizard, you don't have any armor. So...
Right. I know what it's supposed to do, but I don't know it. I did it in D&D Beyond, but it didn't update my armor class on the sheet.
You just have to
remember. Okay.
So
okay,
it's 13 plus your
3
dex modifier. So
yeah,
13 plus 3 is 16.
So I just need to remember that. Okay.
So yes, now what we can do on the map here, and everything is a little bit manual. We can go and I can put 13/16, which reminds me that your armor class is 13 when you don't have mage armor, and 16 when you do. Because you have a +3, to your AC. Okay. All right. So you now have a 16 armor class. So it's your turn. What would you like to do, sir?
So I want to. So where on this map, I want to get behind something like a horse or a cart or something. So I want to get as far away from these goblinites as I can.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's draw us a shape of a wagon. And we'll just say, I'm just going to draw the outline. We'll just say that the wagon shape is like so. And then I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to put it on the map layer so that we're not dragging it around inadvertently. So now you have 2 goblins over here that you can see. You have 1 awake goblin over here that you can see. Now, if you get back here, you're kind of protected from all of them that you can see at this point. Or you could go off to one side, but then it depends on which side you're on.
Okay, one more question. How do I do that arrow you just did to see distance?
Okay, on the left-hand side, there's the vertical toolbar.
Yes.
One that looks like a little circle with a ruler coming out of it. If you click on that, that will let you then measure from where you are.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to move probably right here so I can still see these guys.
Okay.
And I am going to I'm going to use my amazing abilities that I have learned as a wizard, and I'm going to cast this amazing spell, but I'm so confused because I'm such a new wizard and I get so excited that I start moving my hands around, I start chanting, and I'm concentrating really hard, and I put together some what I think are going to be fireballs, and I throw them over to these guys, these three. So now there's 3 light orbs rotating around these goblins, and they're just kind of bouncing around and moving around. And there's really no effect, and I'm realized what I have done, and I hold my head in shame and say, "Sorry, guys, I really blew that one."
Okay. So here's. Let's.
Is it getting dark at this time, or is it still light up?
Yeah, let me take a look. I'm going to grab basically, whoops, this area. Oh, okay, come on. I'm going to have this thing here. I'm going to put it on the map layer. Basically, these lights are sort of swirling around these goblins. Now, 2 of them are asleep and don't notice anything. But the one that's awake, I'm going to say that he has to roll a wisdom save to keep from getting freaked out by that. What is your spell save DC?
Let's see, spell save. Where do I look at that?
It should be on your spells sheet, on the spells area of your character sheet.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't. Spell save 14.
14. So he has to make a DC 14 wisdom save. And goblins are not necessarily known for their. Oh, so he's like, ah, and he just gets out of there. Or actually, he's going to kind of be freaked out and need to get out of there. So, he will. It's actually his turn next. He's this guy. He's going to move away out of that area. He was going to try to wake up one of his buddies, but he's now freaked out, so he can't wake up one of his buddies. And instead, he's just going to take his short bow and he's going to shoot at our friend Gorrim over here. So he will fire his short bow. He hits an AC 15. So Gorrim, is that going?
Gorrim laughs heartily at the poor goblin's pathetic attempt.
Yeah, he's gotta try a little harder to hit an AC 19. That's not gonna work. Dorzaphir, you are up next.
Besides putting my face in the palm, did he really just throw lights at the goblin? Oh my god!
I can't hear.
Yeah, I was talking to myself, inner monologue.
Okay. Yeah.
So no, I'm going to bonus action, but I know I can bonus action hide, for stealth bonus or for sneak attack. Correct. Is that correct, or is that at a higher level?
Okay, you are a first level rogue.
Yeah, level 2 sneak all the uncanny abilities.
Well,
yeah.
Dodge at level 2, but I was thinking you can't do bonus. Yeah, so that would be okay. So that's why it doesn't show it on my character.
Yeah, that's correct. You do get your sneak attack damage, but that requires you to either be hidden. Yeah, or having an enemy or an ally right there, whatnot. So yeah.
I've got an ally, but not within 5 feet.
But not within 5 feet, correct.
Yeah. Sneak attack's pretty easy to get, all things considered.
That's what I'm trying to think. Hold on. If I have for long distance is a short bow, so that's 80 feet.
Yep.
Give me a second. If I move here, hold on. Come on now, let's move my character. If I move here, can these two see me here? These two. Right? Yeah, I need to mark them. Hold on. Give me a second.
These guys? Are you asking if these guys can see you?
See me?
Yeah, they can see you.
But not this guy up at the top, the one that ran from the flashy lights.
This one?
That one.
I'm gonna say if you can see him, he can see you. I mean, unless you're trying to like get underneath the wagon or something, but he can still see you because it's not like the wagon doesn't provide solid cover.
I'm just gonna make a shot. I'll just take a regular shot then. At one of these goblins. Right
Okay.
here.
5th edition simplifies things. You can shoot at your target, and you don't need to worry about. I'm going to say that he's far enough away from your allies. You don't have to worry about any kind of cover or anything like that they have. So it's just a normal shot. AC 6. Okay, that's gonna miss.
That's a critical fail.
Yeah. This game, we're not going to use any crit fail rules. At homebrew, we might, but for this game, we won't.
Fair
Right,
enough. Usually,
Gabriel.
one of these people get an arrow in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Right.
Arrow in the calf.
Gabriel,
Right.
you're up.
Arrow to the knee.
Yep. Someone's talking. No, I don't want to talk over him. Is Shrek trying to say something?
Go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Hmm.
I'm done with my turn.
Fair. Gabriel, looking at his brother's failure to really do anything of significance, he's gonna just quickly get up, kind of a long groan, pull his bow out, and shoot at this goblin at the north.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
21.
So
That is 6 damage.
right. Okay. So 6 damage. All right. So that's. So then. Oops. All right. So I need to give him a. All right. I haven't put the bars up there yet until they got hit. So that hits this guy, deals a great deal of damage to him, and he is bloodied. Now, technically in 5th edition, there's not a bloodied mechanic, but in earlier editions, bloodied meant your opponent was below half hit points. And I think that's kind of a threshold where you can tell if an enemy is badly wounded. So I use it in my games. You can tell when somebody's below half hit points. So he's bloodied now. That was a really good shot. Are you going to move, or are you just going to sit in the wagon?
I'm staying in the wagon. I was speaking Elvish, like, see how hard that was? Pull the string back, let go. Didn't have to worry about any mystical whippity doop.
Understood every word you just said.
Okay.
Now, is there?
This?
Here's just a game question. It was 6, but it had +4, but it was still only 6.
If I crit.
Right. Yeah, that was only if he crits.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, he just has his thing set up so that automatically.
Okay, I got it.
Automatically deal or rolls with advantage. I don't know.
Or disadvantage.
Or disadvantage. It
just rolls 2 dice. It's just easier, quicker.
Yeah.
Saves the interest of twice.
All right. So this goblin snoozes. This goblin down here is he's the one that got woken up. So it takes half his movement to get up, And then he is going to move forward 5-10 feet toward Hylan, pulling out a scimitar as he does, and he's going to try to attack Hylan with a scimitar. Oh,
Boom.
AC 22. Okay, and that is going to deal 3 points of damage. And
I was about to say good luck, but oh fuck yeah, you were lucky.
yeah. Okay. So now, Hylan, what's your actual hit points? I see your.
I've got 10.
You don't have. Oh, okay. 10 total.
I've got 3.
Yeah.
Minus 3.
Yep. I'm going to do this, do that.
Oh, I've got to load up my.
Yeah, I went ahead
icon.
and did it.
Okay.
So minus 3. All right. So now we see your hit point bar there.
And red is AC?
No.
Okay, blue
red.
is AC.
Blue is AC, green is hit points. And I just use that because that's what they do with their default, all their defaults. So green is hit points and blue is AC. All right. And then as we get to the end of the round, it doesn't take a lot of perception or anything to realize that there is a disturbance. There's a disturbance over here, and 2 more goblins pop out from behind some shrubs over here, and they do not get turns this time, but they will get turns in the next round. So let me go ahead and do initiative for them. Okay. Okay, so they. Okay, so that's. And okay. And now because we've had them added and because Abinadom got added to the order, we're just going to reset the order. And now it's round 2 of our combat. Okay. So now we have one of these new goblins.
Crap.
And he steps out with a short bow. And he sees somebody behind the wagon. So he's going to take a shot with his short bow at the guy behind the wagon.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where is the goblin?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, they're behind us. Okay.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. And
behind you.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I'm halfway through lecturing him, and I see an arrow just go plonk into his chest.
Jeez.
Yeah. So Abinadom, let me take a look here.
I'm down.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. He had 6 hit points.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out for the count.
Okay, now, 5th edition.
Yeah.
You do get to do things on your turn called death saves. So, you're not completely out of it, and your friends can help you. But he shoots you, sees you go down, and then he stands there and he raises his 2 arms and he goes, "Oh!"
Oh, wait. I'm going to cast shield. Is it too late for that? Is it too late for that? I'm going to cast shield.
His turn. Still his turn.
I'm casting shield.
Okay, now that gives you what? That gives you plus.
It
5.
is plus. You have +5 bonus to AC.
+5 bonus. So you were at an AC 16. He hit an AC 17. So that bounces his arrow. His arrow actually bounces off. You are still at full hit points. He says, I, and then boom, the arrow looks like it's gonna hit him and just bounces off this invisible shield. And instead of cheering, he's like, you know, in his little goblin tongue. And then we have this guy over here. This guy is going to drop his bow, run up, and he's going to try to attack our friend Gorrim with his scimitar.
I forget how you are doing that in the chat. What is that? Backslash? Something.
Pardon?
How they're doing that in the roll 20 chat, making it where it looks like it's coming from the character.
Oh, I actually am doing that from I'm doing that from D&D Beyond, using the Beyond 20 plugin.
Stats. No, I was talking like Gorrim, how Gorrim says Gorrim makes a rude gesture. I forgot. It's been a while since I've typed like.
Oh,
/ME.
Yeah, /ME, and then you type /ME space, and then type whatever you want, and it emotes as your character, basically. All right, so he attacks. He
that's
hits.
Gorham's response. He doesn't hit me. I have a 19 armor class.
Okay, he hits an 18, which is not good enough. So 19, 13. All right, I need to fix your token here. Oh, okay. So
25 is move speed, 19 armor class, 13 hit points.
Oh, okay. All right. Actually, that's a little bit not the way that they do it. I'm putting it in standard order. So if you want to indicate your speed, well, I'll put that in red. I'll put your hit point bar in the green to match what the default is on Roll20. All right. So he misses you. And Finn, we're back to you.
Okay. Gonna run there and cast Thunderwave.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm a little bit unfamiliar with Thunderwave before. I think I need to be here to catch for a 15-foot cube to catch both these guys. Ain't that how that works? How do I draw shape?
Yes, you are correct. Let me do.
I just noticed Hylan's disappeared from the turn order.
Oh, you know what? Because we changed his token. We changed his token. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this fire thing to indicate the cube because it's a 15 by 15. Oh, well, of course it says it's a 15 by 15, but it.
That's not as good as what I was going to do. Oh, now it's getting better.
Okay, so now.
Still not 15 by 15.
Yeah, I mean the outer edges of it are, but you're right.
So
that's all right. So, if you back up one, so go here. Then that will catch them both.
Does the automatically start at the corner? Is that what you're saying?
For a thunder wave, yes. You are at the corner. You're at the corner of a 15 by 15 foot cube.
I thought you could be at any point in the circle. Okay, yeah, it's one of those small things because I haven't used these kind of spells that much.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
now I've also got a bonus action coming after this, but let's get to business.
Okay, so
this.
Okay, DC 13 Constitution save. Okay, so let me get you back on the board here. All right. So I have 2 goblins needing to make con saves. 1, 2. That's a failure. That's a success. So this guy takes the full brunt of your damage. So how would you like to kill this goblin? How does your
This is about.
How does your thunder wave kill this goblin? I should say.
So what did I do? It knocks him back like he's being concussed by a guitar blast.
Okay. All right. So
the D. Snyder way of killing people.
Yeah, he goes flying back. And while he does, he loses all of his hit points, and he is now dead. This guy here takes, because he saved, he takes half damage, which you always round down for damage, and that goes both ways. So if you get hit and you save for half damage, you round it down. So instead of taking 7, he takes 3. But we have this guy, and I am, for the moment, going to put him on the GM layer because that will do something on the initiative order to let me know that he's out of the turn. That was Finn. You moved.
There's a bonus action here.
Okay. What are you going to do for your bonus action? Bardic Inspiration. Okay.
Hey, Dora, don't be intimidated. Be inspired.
Okay, and you're going to provide Bardic Inspiration and Dorzaphir. Okay, let me give him a little token so that I remember. I'm going to use that little flag token. Okay, Dorzaphir, that little flag, that means you have Bardic Inspiration. So that means once in the next 10 minutes, you can add a D6 to a D20 roll. Your ability check, attack roll, or a saving throw. So you've got that Dorzaphir, I mean. All right. Anything else, Finn? You done?
That's good.
Gorrim, you are up. Just going to attack that guy.
Take a mighty cleave.
Ooh. AC 21 against this guy. Yeah, that's going to hit. For 8 points of
some
damage.
of that love.
Yeah. How does your axe kill that guy?
Stab right in the forehead. Splitting his skull.
Oh. Okay. All right. So.
Give him the old swing blade.
All right. He just takes an axe right to the head, and he falls down, and he is an ex-goblin. So that. Oh, and you know what? He had an ability that he should have used on his turn, but he's not going to be able to get to use it anymore because he screwed up. He forgot. Okay.
Good shot.
All right.
Yeah, blame it on the goblin.
Gorrim, are you going to stay there, or are you going to move on your turn?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay where I'm gonna stay put. He ain't gonna get an attack of opportunity on me.
Okay. All right. So go
Hylan
ahead.
should be, I guess, after this one. His initial initiative score was a 12.
Yeah, there's one more goblin coming with a 13, and he is asleep. Nobody has woken him up. So Hylan, you may now go.
Okay, you. Let's see. Wait a second. So the one here is the one that actually hit me. Prepare to die.
You got a good shot in, but I'm going to get a better one.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll get my Warhammer out.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh, mashed potatoes. Love them.
Okay. Now, it doesn't really matter with these guys, but are you swinging it one-handed or two-handed?
Well, I've got a shield, so it's one-handed.
One-handed. Okay. All right. So how does your Warhammer kill this goblin?
Oh, you guys ever seen a melon fall from a truck? Well, that happens to his head.
Ooh. Okay. So crack. His skull just kind of goes mushy, and blood just spurts out his ears and his nose and his eye sockets.
It feels good to crack a skull again.
And he falls down to the ground, and he is an ex-goblin. Okay, now, would you like to move at the end of your turn?
Let's see. So I'm aware that there's one behind, and that there's
one here, one awake here, and two asleep over here in these pretty lights.
I imagine there's two asleep there. I imagine I'd just be like, yeah, he's got some sort of issues, so he's like gonna be charging to he sees one running towards him, so he's gonna run that way at him.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yes, he's a bit reckless at this stage.
Okay, Abinadom. I believe your shield. I think your shield, does it last till the end of your next turn or the beginning of your next turn?
It's one round, so it's the start of your next turn. So I think it's
okay. All right, so whoop, the start of this turn. So you see the magic of the shield fall away, but you still have your mage armor. So
now, since I was kind of resting on the cart here, can we say that I got arcane recovery and gain an extra spell slot, or not an extra, but recover an extra spell slot?
Through the morning? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to actually disregard that. I forgot. I don't need that. Okay. So I start moving my hands around and talking. I said, okay, guys, I'm going to promise something better this time. And as my arms start moving around, you start to see a blue-white streak burst from my hands and head towards this goblin near Finn. And I cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, Ray of Frost. And that will hit a mighty AC 7. So your Ray of Frost, you're saying, okay, this is gonna get it, and then you realize Finn is there, and you go, whoa, and you move it a little bit, and it goes wide of the mark.
Oh crap! I should have moved.
Now,
Rafa, how much was your education again?
Abinadom, your dancing light spell was a concentration spell. Once you realized it wasn't the spell you thought, are you continuing to concentrate on it, or are you going to let it go?
No, I'm keeping it there.
Okay, all right, because your Ray of Frost is not concentration, so you can you can maintain the dancing lights as long as you want to. That's just your option. So you are going to continue it. Great.
Yes.
Are you going to move? Are you going to stay there now that you realize there's an enemy back on that side?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm going to move over here.
Okay. All right. And then we have this goblin here. He sees Hylan moving towards him. He sees 3 of his friends have been cut down. He sees this crazy wild person running at him with his big hammer. And he is on 1 hit point, so he is just going to flee.
That's right. Run.
He's going to throw down his bow and just run away with his scimitar.
Actually, stop.
So-
I can't catch up.
Yeah. So he just takes a double movement and goes off of the map, and we're gonna call it a safe retreat. And I'll let you guys do that too if there ever comes a battle where you feel like you're overwhelmed. If you just run to the edge of the map, basically you can run out of the battle, but then your character cannot run into the battle later. So that goblin is gone from the battlefield. Dorzaphir, we're back to you. What would you like to do? There's 1 awake goblin left and 2 sleeping goblins.
Well, first I wanted to say thank you, Finn, for the bardic inspiration. Helped out very much. I'm going to move closer to Gabriel so that it give me my bonus. Then I'm going to take a shot at this goblin here with my long short bow.
Okay, actually, the bonus for sneak attack, your ally has to be within 5 feet of the target, not within 5 feet of you. So, so you can move closer to Gabriel, but that's not going to help you.
Right. That's fine. I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay.
The awake goblin with my bow.
Okay, this guy. AC 7. All right. Everybody go play 7 in the Powerball this week. That seems to be the wild. 7s are wild. They're coming up in attack rolls and damage rolls all over the place tonight. Okay, that's going to miss. You going to stay put, or you going to move?
Or use the inspiration.
Or use the inspiration.
I'll roll.
It's rolled 1.
Yeah, it's a 1d6. So add the 1d6 to your 7. No, 8. So it's a total of AC 8. That's not going to. Okay, and the bardic inspiration is just a one-time thing, right? It's
right, a one roll.
Yep.
Thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that thing off. All right. Well, it was a good try. Gabriel, we are to you.
Right now, that guy is just straight up gone. Right? There's no way I can like just.
The guy up to the top is gone. He's out of here.
I'm just thinking like a longbow. I have a range of 150 feet, like at minimum. So I'm just kind of thinking about, but he's gone. I guess I'll go for the survivor, which is this guy near Finn.
Yep.
Longbow. 10. I mean that hits.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, that doesn't hit.
Bugger.
They're nimble little guys. Gabriel, you're gonna stay in the wagon. You're gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good here.
All right. This goblin is fast asleep. That goblin is dead. I did have to adjust the initiative order, so I'm going to put everything back. And we are back to the top of the order, and it's this guy down here again. Okay, now he looks around. He sees his one buddy fled, His other buddies are dead. He's hurt. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't want any more of this. So he is just going to run. And he flees. And we're going to say he's off of that. And we are out of initiative. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. You guys have successfully you've successfully won the encounter. I'm going to go ahead, since it doesn't really matter when he removes it. I'm just going to go ahead and take that out.
Yeah, my lights are gone. Yeah, lights are gone.
Yeah, and
sleep only lasts 1 minute.
Yeah, the sleep will last 1 minute, but that's enough. You guys have the choice. These are goblins. So
well, let's maybe interrogate one of them.
You can either. Okay, so just which one are you gonna get rid of?
Go nuts.
This one.
No,
Okay.
Pragmatic with it there, Gorrim. I just wanted to be a little bit more tactile.
Okay, so say that one is dead, and we'll say this one is alive. So you're just gonna tie him up. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goblins in total. And okay, 2 of them ran away, so 5 goblins. And you see that those 5 goblins all have little coin purses on them.
I was about to say, can I roll to check their bodies?
Let's investigate them.
Yeah. So you see in and among their equipment, there's 5 little pouches. So we're gonna do 5. And oops.
And actually, I'm going to want a short bow.
Okay. There are. I'll tell you the loot that you guys get. All right. So the treasure that you guys all come up with. Which that reminds me. I will start a handout, and this is going to be party treasure. Party treasure / loot. And then all players. Okay. So then I will go ahead and say session 1. Okay. From the goblins. You receive 54 copper pieces, 29 silver pieces, and 9 gold pieces. That's total. Between the 5 goblins corpses that you found. There are 5 sets of leather armor. I'm going to say of goblin size. Goblin size leather armor. 5. And then 5 shields. There are 6 short bows. There are 19 times 5 arrows.
95.
And then there are 5 scimitars. Okay. So, that's basically what you have so far with your party treasure and loot. And you have a goblin prisoner. So now you can clearly pick up all of the stuff you want to take and throw that into one of the wagons. And that will be fine. You can then also take some time to question your prisoner if you would like.
Yeah, I'll go up to it and say, how many were you? Where's your lair? And I'll do a intimidation check.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
I'll smack him. I'll take my hammer and show him the blood on it and smack it like inches from his like baby toe.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your intimidation check. Oh, that's pretty good. And
So I'm asking him like where his lair is and how many are there? Like is there more up ahead?
He says we're just 8 or 7 of us. Just 7. And lair far away. And he points to the he actually kind of points back in the direction of the town that you all came from. So he actually points a little bit in the direction of Leilon.
So behind us. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't seem like it's much more than just trash looking for a few coppers.
Yeah.
Shall I do the honors and just put him out of his misery? What are we going to do with this poor fellow? We're not going to take him with us all the way to the town.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm up.
Have you seen any orcs come this way?
And he shakes his head and he says, "No orcs. Orcs and wood. Orcs scared a dragon." And then he kind of looks up and he looks around and he says, "We scared of dragon too."
Have you seen the dragon?
Not seen. Heard it at night. Roar.
Where? Which direction?
And he says, he gives you a figure. It's like 11 days ago. They heard it at night from the direction of the town of Leilon. Which that was the night of the attack on the festival. So
okay. I'm going to turn around and say, everyone, do we kill him? Raise your hand. Save him. Do not raise your hand. I raise my hand.
While everybody's doing this, I just go up and take my dagger and just slice it across his throat and say, let's just be done with it.
Okay, well, he is basically a helpless prisoner, so I'm going to say that unless anybody tries to stop, does anybody try to stop that from happening?
Yeah. Stop. You can't do that. That's mean.
I don't. Yeah, Hylan just watches. He doesn't stop.
All right. Until I get used to everybody's voices and whatnot, which character is going to try to kill the goblin?
Dorzaphir, me. I'm the one that takes.
Dorzaphir.
The rogue. Yeah, the rogue.
Okay, and who is going to try to stop him?
Well, Abinadom is just kind of yelling, "No, don't!"
Oh, okay,
No.
but you're not gonna run and intervene.
Gabriel, don't let him do that. That's mean.
Gabriel puts a hand on your shoulder and like, unfortunately, that's the way things are done out here.
No, that's so mean. He's helpless.
I know me and Gabriel might be, somewhat rivals, but I'm telling you what, though, we kind of agree on certain.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, Dorzaphir, nobody's stopping you, so you can go and do the honors, and we will just say that if nobody intervenes, we now have the last dead goblin. Okay. Now, with the goblin corpses that are out here, are you guys interested in burying those or leaving them for the crows? Okay.
We'll put him in a pile. That's all.
Fair. Oh,
Okay.
Ooh. Can we use one for dragon bait?
Oh God.
The dragon ain't gonna come for one goblin, bro.
Yeah.
You got better things to do, like attack at the city.
Okay, so you guys, and are you going to just leave their corpses there? You're going to burn them, or just leave them in a pile, or what?
Abinadom's gonna walk over and just shake his head, and I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation. I can never say that, and they're just gonna start burning.
Okay, yeah, you'll have to put some kindling around to get it, but you can get it lit with that. Okay, and they just will start to smolder. The caravanners, they look at all of you and they say, "Thank you. It's a good thing we had you along. That would have not gone well for us. With 7 goblins, we could have been in real trouble."
I make a statement. Yeah, and that's going to cost you 5 gold extra per person.
And they're like, "We'll talk about that when we get there." Yes, and they'll say, "We'll see if we can afford that." And make me an insight check when they say they'll see if they can afford that.
They've already been in one of their coffers.
Okay.
But sure, yeah, sure. No, that's the fun part of it.
Yeah, you know, because you've seen, but you know that they could afford that, and you probably get the impression that you could have asked for more. Like you could have probably asked for 10 gold a person, and they probably would be able to, they probably would have paid it. But so yes, you know that they have no problem with affording that. And why don't everybody just give me a plain old history check. I believe that's a knowledge or an intelligence check, and if you have any skills in history.
Oh, dirty 20.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Gorrim, his big fat 8 intelligence gets a natural.
Dorzaphir and Dorzaphir, Gorrim, and Finn. The 3 of you all know that if word ever got around in Phandalin that you all saved them from a goblin attack and they did not give you extra hazard pay, that would make it very hard for them to find future caravan guards. So you don't need to necessarily tell them that now, but you know you can hold that over their heads when you get where you're going. So If they balk at trying to pay you more when it comes time, you know that you could really hurt their reputations, and so you guys can keep
And
that
of course,
in your back pocket.
there's always the possibility they might all die, and we just take all their shit.
That's a possibility. So the rest of the trip goes along without incident, and as it comes towards evening, you all get to the town of Phandalin, which you see right here. And because we are at the town of Phandalin, I think this is a good point to take a little break. It's actually later than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I got to figure out how I'm rolling so many natural ones. This is horrible. I've rolled like 5 of them tonight.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, it's almost 10:30, so let's just take like a 5-minute break, a little bio break or whatever, and then come back and we will finish up the session for the evening. All right. And I'm going to put my mic on mute, and then I will step away and be right back. All right. Everybody back?
Abinadom's here.
Yepper.
Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and get started. I'll point out a few of the little places in town. Whoops. Somebody's
Static.
really bad robot.
Interference.
Oh, interference. Okay.
It sounds more like interference like robot. Robot's possible.
Mr.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the caravan is making for this fairly large building in town right here, the Lion Shield Coster. That is where they are going to be selling the supplies that they brought and purchasing supplies for the rest of their trip. The other major areas that you see in town, you will pass the Phandalin Miners Exchange on your way in. Right across from the Lion Shield Coster is the Town Master's Hall. There is an inn over here called the Stonehill Inn. There is a little shrine here, the Shrine of Luck, right here. And then you can hear the clanging of a smith's hammer from a little further up the road over here. But those are the main landmarks that you see as you get into town. So the caravanners, Mivel and Mara, they will say, "Oh, thank you again. Thank you very much for your assistance today." And they go to start paying out the gold, and they say, "Well, we talked about the 10 gold this morning for the day, and there was the matter with the goblins. I believe you said you each wanted 3 additional gold for the goblins. Is that correct?"
That was 5, not 3.
Oh, it was 5. It was 5. And as you're there, there's starting to be some people come around, and some folks come out from the Lion Shield Coster. It's clear that there's people at the Lion Shield Coster that recognize these 2 caravanners, and one of them says, "Oh, you ran into problems with goblins on the road." And Mara says, "Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We would have had would have been very bad for us had we not had these travelers who offered to guard the caravan on the trip from Leilon or Leilon." And they say, "Well, so you're giving them the standard time and a half hazard pay?" And they say, "Oh, yes. It's 15 gold each." And they give you each gold, and as they're handing it out, you actually realize that they're giving each of you 17 gold instead of 15, and they kind of give you each a look as they do, and it's kind of like, man, don't say anything about the it's one of these things like where, okay, we're giving you a little extra just to keep you quiet. So
Fair.
yeah, so each of you will receive 17 gold for your day's wages.
Gorrim takes his gold and heads straight to the bar and orders a large dwarven spirit.
I'm right behind you, Gorrim.
Okay. Well, the bar you will hear from the locals is over at the Stonehill Inn. They say that Toblin Stonehill has good food, good ale, reasonable prices on rooms. He says if you want dwarven ale, he says somebody will tell you that he has a dwarven vintage, but it's not the best dwarven ale. It's not as good as you can get in a larger city, like let's say Neverwinter or Waterdeep.
I'm gonna look at him really hard and say, "Look, if you ever hope more than just a shack town, I'd correct that."
Hyland, your first round is on me. It's covered, okay? Whatever you want.
Yes, well, let me be the judge of it. If it's piss, I'll throw it in.
Gorrim says, well, hell, you only taste it the first couple of shots anyway.
Whatever you want. You know what? I will be gracious. How about for everyone in the party, first round is on me.
Okay.
I grudgingly smile and nod.
He just better not be cutting it with water, I say.
Well, you find that Toblin Stonehill is a short, friendly human male, and when he brings out the dwarven ale, he does actually have it chilled to just the right temperature. It's not icy cold. It's a little bit cooler than the ambient temperature. Tastes like it's kind of kept in a cellar that's a little bit cooler. And it is definitely not cut, but is definitely not the dwarven stout. It's kind of like a dwarven amber ale. So it's not the heaviest dwarven ale or the strongest dwarven ale you've tasted, but it definitely tastes like dwarven vintage. And
Abinadom's. Oh, go ahead.
My dog's barking, so just let it.
Take. I've seen some other mages and warlocks, wizards, whoever. Can you cast Ray of Frost on all of our drinks? And I don't mean cast it greatly. Just touch each glass and cast Ray of Frost. And trust me, it'll change your life. Because Ray of Frost a cantrip for you, isn't it?
I just did it. And as I do it, I hand my glass to Finn and say, "Yeah, I'm so sorry. I almost hit you at the fight. I was just so worried and scared. I didn't know what I was doing."
And Abinadom, for something like this, I'm not going to make you do a roll. I'll just say like you can have the spell in your hand and basically like grab each mug and hit it. So each mug gets a little frosty rhyme around the edge of the mug, and then you can hand it off to anyone that wants it. Now, you do that, and you see people see the mugs getting frosted in your hands, and there's a couple of locals that are looking over at your table. They're like, "Ooh, fancy," and they may think you're a real wizard if you keep this up. But Toblin will tell you that each ale and each wine is 1 silver piece. A meal is another silver piece, and a bed for the night costs 5 silver pieces. There are 6 large rooms on the upper floor that can be rented, and 2 of those rooms can sleep 2 people. One of those rooms, actually, he will charge a gold for, and it sleeps only 1 person. And the other 3 rooms are even larger, and they will sleep 4 people comfortably. So 4 beds, or 2 beds, or 1 bed in the 1 room. All 6 of those rooms are available. So if anybody wants a room by themselves, it'll cost them a gold. Otherwise, everybody else, it'll cost them 5 silver. And you either share with 1 person, or you can be in a room with 4.
5 silver per person for that room.
Yeah. 5 silver for the bed, basically.
Yeah.
Gorrim says, I'll sleep wherever I pass out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
You guys got into town around about an hour before dusk, and you hear you guys hear some chatter in the inn. Everybody go ahead and give me a perception check and see what you all hear. Ooh, okay.
Now I'm not rolling the natural ones.
Yeah, Gorham's too drunk to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm barely paying attention.
Okay.
It's because I didn't drink. I didn't have my ale.
Gabriel and Abinadom, the 2 of you hear something about the town mayor. The mayor here, or the town master as they call him, is a gentleman by the name of Harbin Wester. And a couple of people at another table are laughing that old Wester never comes out of his house anymore since the rumors of the dragon, because he's afraid he's going to get eaten. So that's what the 2 of you hear. The rest of you just hear kind of, people talking about the crops, or whatever.
Okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing to be afraid of. How long ago was the dragon attack?
It was 11 days ago for you when it attacked your town.
Now,
okay, so he's been locked up for about 2 weeks, and no one's really seen him.
Now, has Phandalin been attacked?
Phandalin has not been attacked, but the rumors seem to put it more in this area. If you guys are talking about what you've overheard, then at some point when Toblin Stonehill brings some plates or mugs to your table, he'll kind of overhear that, and he says gravely, "Oh yes," he says, "I'm a little worried about the town master. Now, on the one hand, everybody's a bit on edge with the dragon being around, and old Harbin, he had a good idea, but I'm not sure what he's done. What he's done about it. He says that Phandalin should have an adventurers guild, and I believe he has taken the pains to have some badges made, but he won't come out of his house. So it's very interesting. I don't know how he expects to recruit adventurers if he's not going to come out of his house.
Well, if the town master's holed up and not coming out and seeing about the town, then where's the whorehouse?
Gabriel just kind of lays up the longest sigh, just in Elvish, typical fucking dwarfs.
And
I respond to that. I can hear you.
Good.
And Toblin Stonehill will look a little. He'll look a little. Look a little aghast. He says, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I don't think we have any of that here. It's probably Neverwinter would be the closest place to find that type of entertainment." And you can tell he's a little bit uncomfortable with the whole notion of whorehouses.
Neverwinter is a fun place.
Yes. I wish all towns just like where I'm from has them.
He
Well,
said,
put it on your to-do list.
and he says, "So, gentlemen, what brings you here to Phandalin?"
Well,
Drinking.
in this moment, we are drinking.
Ah, well, are you then comparing the quality of the food and beverage at different establishments across the Sword Coast?
Yes, and actually, we usually get to eat for free and sample everything on the menu.
Oh,
Saying that, I throw down a gold piece on the table and slide it to the barkeep. Like, here you go, sir. Don't just here.
and he says, "Oh, you're welcome to sample anything on the menu as long as you pay for it."
I know it's too early to call for a name, but part of me wants to go like the Michelin 5 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, as soon as he says we have to pay for it, I take out a notebook and start writing.
Require payment for food. 0 out of 10.
And I kind of look at him like, "Oh, you just blew it."
Gorrim looks at him. I don't know these two long-eared folks.
So
I'm just here for killing and drinking.
Oh, are you all bounty hunters then? He asks.
In a sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Just
you know
Josh
somebody who's got a bounty on their head? Maybe one of the Orcish type?
Oh, well, we don't have any Orcish trouble here, but everybody is a bit nervous about all the rumors in the area. And he looks at all of you, seeing that one of you has clearly used magic to cool down the glasses, and several others of you have weapons that may still have some goblin blood on them from earlier today, and that you all...
I've just rested my hammer on the top.
And he says, "Well, I really wish we could find somebody to do something about that dragon." And he says it almost as if he doesn't expect you all to be the ones to do it, but he throws it out there almost like, oh, if I say something, hopefully somebody will help.
As soon as he says it, I go, dragon! And I take him by the scruff and, what do you know about the dragon?
Oh, and he puts his hands up and he says, oh dear, I all I know is the rumors. They say that the dragon that attacked Leilon is
Yes?
in the mountains, not far from here.
Yes?
But
where? Okay, you're coming with us.
no.
Just straight up kidnap the guy.
No. Oh,
I'm just
no,
having
good
fun.
sir.
I'm having
No,
fun.
good sir.
Tell us all you know.
Dorzaphir lays another gold on the table, slides it across, says, "Sir, this is for your and just puts hand in. This is for your travels. I'm sorry about our partner here. He just oh Lord, sit down. Just sit down."
So he will actually pull a chair over and sit down on it, and he says, if it weren't for the town master's decree last week, I would offer you a reward myself. But the town master says that we must have adventurers register with the Adventurers Guild and have their badges, and then and all of the rumors that we hear are to be given to the town master, and he is to give them to the adventurers. That's what we understand. So everything works.
The Adventurers Guild, which doesn't exist yet, whose guy hasn't come out yet.
Yes,
that's it.
He will point over. He will point over to the town master's hall, which is just like basically across the street and past this little building here. And he says, you should be able to find the town master there. He, like I said, he hasn't come out much lately, but if you can get him to tell you what the status is of this Adventurers Guild, then perhaps he can tell you what we've heard about the dragon.
Dragon, we'll kill a dragon. My grandpappy Gorrim, Dragon's Bane, slew one of the children of the great Icewing herself.
Oh!
I look impressed.
He drank her blood, and he wandered in the cold, and yet not be affected by it because of the dragon's blood.
Oh, Lord bless you, sir. Oh, we have someone who's okay.
That was who said that my grandpappy killed a dragon.
Okay, that's character to character, so that's between you all to determine whether he is full of smoke or not. I'll
do an insight check.
Yeah, so Dorzaphir already did.
Oh,
and
okay.
he got a nat 20. So,
well, many of the dwarves battled the Icewing. It's likely his grandfather.
Of course they did.
Likely his grandfather, he was involved in the battle or got killed in the battle.
Yeah. He probably was involved with it in some. Maybe didn't kill it single-handedly, but probably was involved. So
it's just
he's going
to elaborate thoroughly. He's a dwarf.
No, it's yes, I've heard the tale. Yes.
I would love this, actually, my grandfather was the one to slay the beast, and then there's a brawl.
No. Well, no. I didn't grow up on milk. I grew up on dragon's blood.
And while Toblin is sitting there talking to you, the door to the kitchen opens, and a woman, middle-aged woman who looks like she's about Toblin's age, pokes her head out and says, "Toblin Stonehill, what are you doing talking to the guests, leaving me to do everything in the kitchen? Why don't you come back here and help me?" And he says, "Oh, yes, dear. Yes, dear." And so he says, "Oh," he says, my Olma is going to be the death of me. She's a wonderful woman, but she drives me so hard." And so he says, "Just wait here. I'll be back in a jiffy."
Well, I stop him. I go, "Before you go, fill up our cups."
And food. Yes. And food. I order some food.
Okay. He takes your orders. He tells you they have roast mutton, roast chicken, and roast beef, or they have a stew that is made with some salt fish.
I'll say yes.
I'll have the chicken.
Okay. So he takes everybody's orders. He brings them. Eventually, he'll bring them out. And when he comes out with the plates, he also will bring a dish that has a napkin over it. And he says, and you can smell that it has the smell of cookies. And he says, if you want Harbin Wester to talk to you, he has a weakness for my wife's chocolate chip cookies, and she's just made a batch. And if you take these over to the town hall, you might get him to talk to you, and he can tell you what we know about the dragon. The sooner he can tell you what's going on with the dragon, the sooner we can hopefully have something happen that will help us rid ourselves of the beast."
And Abinadom reaches out and grabs the cookies and says, "Thank you very much. We will take your advice."
Okay. So he will give that to you, and then let's see. Oh, we're almost at time. So we'll go ahead and we'll say that he leaves the cookies with you, and we can pick up next week deciding whether you all want to eat the cookies or whether you want to take the cookies over and try to see if you can roust the town master and find out what's going on with the with this dragon.
You better hide those cookies, otherwise.
What kind of cookies are they? Very important.
Don't worry. We'll find out what these taste like, and then we'll go find some moldy food, and I can make it taste just like these cookies.
The cookies are chocolate. They're chocolate chip, but they also have peanuts in them. So they're chocolate chip cookies with peanuts. And so they smell very good.
Damn, now I want cookies really badly.
All right.
Yeah.
And
so, when he walks away, he says, "So, is there enough for all of us?"
What is this all setting me back for the drinks, for the first round of drinks?
first round is gonna be 1 silver for each of you, so 6 silver. The meals are 1 silver each, so that's either 1 silver from each person, or if somebody's buying all the meals, that's 6 silver from them. I'll go ahead and put that in here. 1 silver ale, 1 silver wine.
Oh, that's Electro.
1
Silver.
silver meal, and then 5 silver bed.
Oh, I'll go ahead and pay for my bed too. I forgot about that. 5 more silver.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm gonna hold off on the bed until we find out more about this Adventurers League. If we can get like free lodging, there's no real point.
Doubt it.
I don't. Yeah,
Worth
I may
investigating.
not. I may not need lodging.
Yeah, no, I paid for a room with a double bed, so who wants to stay in the room with
Yeah.
Or I'll have to drag Gorrim's ass passed out up to the room and throw him on.
Okay. Yeah, and when you all get to the point of looking at the rooms, there's 2 separate beds in the smaller rooms with a foot locker at the base of each, a small armoire on one side, a small chest of drawers on the other side, and then in a large common, not common room, but the large multi-room, there are 4 separate beds, and spaced out, decent distance apart, and there's a couple of different wash basins, and then foot lockers in those, and they can be they have a hasp where if you have a lock of your own, you can lock them up, but they don't have locks on them. The doors do have locks, and he'll give you keys for a key for every person, and so if you share a room, you get a key for each person that's sharing that room. So, all right. And we will go ahead and we will call the session there. And we'll pick up with meeting the town master next time.
Cool.
All right. Thank you guys for coming out, especially on the weeknights. I don't want to keep everybody too late because I know here on the East Coast it's 11, and I do have to work tomorrow, and I'm sure some other people have to get up and go to work as well. So
Yeah. Well, that was great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Well, thank you guys, and we will be here Thursday night next week.
Alrighty. Okay,
Thank you.
guys.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.
All right. Catches. Bye.